Hi. Let's learn about deficits. A deficit occurs when expenses exceed revenues, imports exceed exports, or liabilities exceed assets. It's synonymous with a shortfall or loss, opposite of a surplus, and is unsustainable over the long term. Running a deficit reduces any current surplus or adds to any existing debt load. Some believe that fiscal deficits allow governments to stimulate their economy, while trade deficits can spur domestic industries to be more competitive globally. However, opponents argue that trade deficits provide jobs to foreign countries instead of creating them at home. A budget deficit occurs when a government spends more in a given year than it collects in revenues, such as taxes. This deficit contributes to the country's national debt. A trade deficit exists when the value of a nation's imports exceeds the value of its exports. This can cause a drop in the value of its currency as well as a reduction in jobs. Deficits are not always unintentional and may be used to maximize future earnings opportunities or stimulate the economy during a recession. However, they also carry risks like lower economic growth rates or devaluation of the domestic currency. The Congressional Budget Office projected a federal budget deficit of $1.5 trillion for 2023, which has already been surpassed at $1.6 trillion. Federal debt held by the public is projected to reach 98% of GDP at the end of 2023. Deficits are problems because they mean spending more than is earned, resulting in more borrowing, interest payments, and lower reinvestment. Countries run deficits because they spend more than they earn, and sometimes that spending is necessary. Deficits can allow countries to spread taxes over time and lead to economic growth if managed correctly. The United States has the largest trade balance deficit in the world, at $1.3 trillion as of 2022. A deficit occurs when expenses exceed income. For personal finance, it's important to manage financial deficits and ideally spend within your means and save your money. Large government deficits aren't ideal but sometimes necessary to fund government programs or public infrastructure. Here are 3 key takeaways. 1. A deficit occurs when expenses exceed revenues, imports exceed exports, or liabilities exceed assets in a particular year. 2. Governments and businesses sometimes run deficits deliberately, to stimulate an economy during a recession or to foster future growth. 3. The 2 major types of deficits incurred by nations are budget deficits and trade deficits. Hope this would help. Thanks for watching.